This edition we call it quits on our Olympic claim, where we found 100 grand over a couple of years or so, but not good enough. We dragged the old tipper over to our Dead Horse Gully claim that's chocker full of promise and danger. Struth, that is alien.
Yeah, I think there's more.
That vertical is being fed by something else. That's huge, man. Look at the size of that stuff. What happens when that gets closer to the slide, the other slide? Well, it wasn't all that huge, but we did find a little patch, with this here being the biggest pocket of all. We ended up finding altogether in the little corner about 120,000, but you split that over a couple of blokes over a couple of years and you're pretty much just paying expenses.
Nearly sick of it. Got the spike on. Whack! Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, look at that.
Close to the faults in this corner, we found buckets of potch and colour. Conventionally, as you go away from a fault, the opal can quite often be more refined and better colour. We've got these few beautiful bits, but not exactly what we're after. Kanga's had a few little breakdowns here and there, but like Shannon says, I'm going to learn the shit out of it, so he's all over it.
Oh, it's just that thing there.
Sensor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice back feeling, bloody hell.
That's nice, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. It's waxy and it's green orange. It's not red crystal, but it's quality Olympic, isn't it?
In one of our recent videos, I went into a claim on Dead Horse and blew the crap out of a pocket of beautiful shells, which caused me to cry for a little bit, but then I realised there was a claim next door that I found beautiful opaline years ago. I went down there and smashed out 10 grand in a day, so we thought, well, that's a good enough sign for our next spot to dig. So we're looking around for some contract drillers. Turns out we got tangled up with a couple of world famous outback opal hunting billionaires, aka Tim and Muncie.
What?
So we're out here. Is that alright?
What?
So we're going to drill.
Yeah, right there.
Are you happy with that, with whatever comes up in the shaft?
Yeah, why? You don't have to have a photo.
No, I'm
You
still
take a picture of the drill going.
the drill going. We'll do
We're
the
gonna
drill.
finish our hole.
I'm not trying to record this for any legal reasons. I'm just saying we've made.
No legal reasons.
No, we're going to put it on the YouTube video.
No. You want it before and after. Wait until we get in with the drill.
Yeah, we got. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Turns out those legends weren't available, so we found another billionaire legend opal driller that smashed down a heap of holes, and we started checking them. That's 70 feet, isn't it? For the cables, that's all right. Checking blind shafts is notoriously sweaty and claustrophobic, so we had to do a bit of improvisation to get a bit of breeze down there.
Checking another shaft in a sequence spot. This one. Pretty interesting.
Boom. Not a real lot in terms of opal as such, but very good traces. Checking another shaft. And coming up here and in the wall. That is a beautiful crystal pipe. We found enough bits and pieces of nice colour in those shafts to think we better go and drag everything from Olympic over to Dead Horse Gully to give it a good smash. Holy crap, that's getting exciting.
Run along behind it like a
Remember now? Yeah, that's what's happening. That's still good, eh? That's still good. Amazingly, that tyre got us the whole 35 k's out of Dead Horse Gully. Nothing wrong with it. Here's our $1 billion view looking out to the old 14 mile and all that beautiful virgin ground right next door to us. It's gonna be nearly there. That's good to go. Always grateful for the small miracle of being able to round up the last crane contractor in Cooper Pedy Phil to get the bloody thing down the hole. Times have changed a bit now. With a 6 kVA generator, we can make a real coffee underground.
Luxury.
Not a bad day for it. Cavet. Can't wait till we get the light up. It's going to be old school. The spirit of Dad will be here. Yeah, spirit of Dad's like, get back to work. Been drilling in order to avoid this from happening. You get a jack pick good pilot holes so you can get the drill in easy. Now on most fields in Cooper Pedy you can drill by hand reasonably easily, but Dead Horse has some hell hard patches of ground, and this is what it's like trying to fight with it manually, but it's not that funny when you're not 22 years old anymore. One day in the claim I was drilling along like this and wasn't exactly paying attention, and it grabbed my hand and ripped both of my arms around, sprained both of my wrists really badly, and they were very sore for about 3 months, so we thought we'd better come up with another contraption, which you'll see later in the video. Speaking of contraptions, here's a tamping rod plug builder thingy that we made to fill up the holes and help the bombs go off better, but the jury's out on whether it's actually got much of an efficiency gain for the time it takes. One thing you really need is a reliable fuse lighter, so either a fuse igniter or a sparkler or a gas powered piezoelectric one like this that's not absolute crap like this one. You can see me here lighting the first fuse of 7. So it's kind of funny, lighting the first one you're quite relaxed, but as you get deeper into the shot you can see here I'm giving a pinch and getting a bit of black powder to come out. As it goes on, the first fuses are getting deeper in the hole, the first opener is going right into the hole, and if you can't light the 7th fuse it's not funny. It starts getting a bit As it happens, we're sacking that thing and getting back to the good old party sparkler. On. 2, I like the sound of that. Hang on, where'd that mining light and table and new chairs come from? In our unpopular opinion, we reckon this little barrel fan is the best bloody blower on the market.
Isn't he? Crazy. Blew it all to blew it up a bit.
What was in there?
What are they?
Not too close though.
I reckon that's going to make half-inch thickness, eh?
You might be thinking, when's it going to be huge? Well, this is Dead Horse. It's notoriously skinny trace, and it makes little bits and pieces, but while we're getting enough to pay expenses and keep us hoping, not complaining.
Stuck the jack pick in it. Oh, well. Oh.
Oh, it's about to get mega.
That's true. Oh, that is gorgeous! Ah! There you go. Oh, what?
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh.
Fortunately, we do make quite a few doublets, and we sell little bits and pieces in jewellery on the internet, so we can get a good carat price for that nice colour. Light in the darkness, and there's the Wakul, and is that who you are?
Yeah.
So you translated it all?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Why? What do you reckon?
Did you do it in church here?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's great. What was the song? What song did it come from?
That's Jesus. Jesus is looking, is waiting for you, and he wants to take you back home.
They quoted him, I think it was $10,800.
It's hard work. We've been doing a lot of drilling, and I sprained my wrist really badly, so necessity being the mother, we decided to come up with some new ways of doing it that aren't so onerous and hard on our bodies. This did turn out to be a pretty good idea. It worked alright, but it held up the kanga for a bit too long sometimes, so had to change attachments a lot, and decided to come up with a quicker way of doing it than this, although this was really quite satisfying to watch. But again, I was just sitting there looking for something to do. Although to be fair, I look like I'm working pretty hard right here. Another big disadvantage with this drill setup was the fact that this chuck just kept breaking, so we tried to weld it all together. Didn't quite work, so we had to come up with a new system, which was attaching the drill to a lever, and it turned out to effectively turn the hardest dead horse ground into butter. We went for a bigger wattage and got rid of the chuck with a new 1300 watt mixer, and decided to get that down to see if we could amp up the production and the ability to get in there and get that toe out, and it worked a treat. No more of this horrific shenanigans. Just breezy. Over the last couple of years, we've had to reapply for the 5 or 6 different licenses you need to be able to use Anfo underground in Coober Pedy. And in the absence of $100,000 or so worth of tunnelling machines and blowers and elevators and everything, this has given us the ability to get through this otherwise pretty sparse ground to the odd bits and pieces like shells like this.
I gotta check it with your light. Sorry, man. Oh, it's Chockers!
We do have what some consider to be a terrible habit of slicing those shells up to make pieces like this. You know, some people think it's a sacrilege, but we like to think everyone can get a slice of the beauty. Tell you what though, nothing dampens that excitement like an impending weather system. Many miners and family members with machinery that's still buried years later from big rains, and this system dumped that much that Lake Eyre is still filling in mid-2025.
I got me boots off, my pants rolled up, you do the hokey pokey and you walk through the flooded mine. Alright, I've got a feeling knowing our luck, the Kanga will be beautiful, no worries at all. There's a water line on the water. Keep you posted. And we've got some proper water in this bit. And what do you know? Kanga's, I think she's fine. I think it doesn't care. The real challenge is going to be getting it through the water, because where we're working is dry enough. Problem is getting it through here.
We did our best to build around the shafts to mitigate any flooding, but you just pray there's not going to be a 10-inch rainstorm in one night. It is nice getting bits and pieces, but we can't help but dreaming of a big slide that's making big opals. So we asked AI to find us similar elevations, and it didn't work very well. This is the actual elevation map. So we looked at similar elevations where there's slides around us, and we isolated a few areas where we might be drilling in future to see if we can crack that mega slide. Ferdinand and Skippy know what's up, and they're just guarding that big patch until we get there. There's something magical about being out the bush, out the back of the opal fields, scratching around virgin ground, dreaming about where all the opal might still be. These girls know. It's gonna be huge. Most miners agree that the big old runs from the old days, like here, Larkin's Folly, 10 mile, 9 mile, they're all gone and there's no more like them. But you can see this ground and these hills, all this virgin ground, not far from Dead Horse Gully, where the opal was 4 inches thick with beautiful top quality crystal. We think somewhere around here there's still a good chance. What we're after is probably peanuts by comparison, but for us it'll still be a big hit. So we'll keep punching drives and pulling dirt, chasing trace, as long as life and limb and the mining kitty allows us, because somewhere out there in all that virgin ground, untouched, just one decent slide, cutting and hitting another slide across there, I'm convinced there's billions of dollars, and we just got to move a hell of a lot of dirt to get to it. Easier said than done. And I would say that, of course, it's not really all about the money. It's about living the dream, looking after your family, and be able to make an impact in the world, to leave it a better place than you found it, as they say. That is true. Till next time, folks, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more opal mining content from us, please comment, like, subscribe and share.